guess it would have been maybe 3.5 years ago. I started messing around on GarageBand when I, at school in the music department, did a little bit, and then also at home on my mum's laptop because I didn't have an Apple at that point. So kind of end of 2012 started getting onto Ableton, and that's when it kind of got serious, I guess. It varies depending on where the kind of inspiration for the track comes from. Like sometimes I'll just throw down an idea or two, throw down a chord progression or a beat or something like that, but other times, and this is more often the case, I'll have kind of a bigger picture in my head and I'll just start to pick away at whatever part of it's easiest. But mainly it's kind of the basic chord instruments, that kind of real basis of the track, and then I start to do some of the lead parts on top of it. Just getting the real, me and a couple of my mates, we have a term spirit bones, which is just the real bones of a track, like the kind of basic ideas, but none of the really good sounds, none of the full production, none of the other stuff that kind of beefs it up. And you know, I just kind of try to throw that together in whatever way I can first. Often if I hear a track and I hear like one tiny little part of it that's great, and I kind of try and think about how you might repurpose that idea or that vibe or whatever it is. And to be honest, it kind of just builds up. Like the inspiration to make a track just builds up and builds up and builds up until you have to actually go and do it. And the way I work on tracks, I just will tweak them for months and months. So it's not that often that I actually, you know, get to the point of throwing down something new. Like that's something that I've been quite happy to get a lot of feedback on since I started Laurier. People have said to me, you know, it sounds kind of well put together and well considered, which is good. You know, that's kind of what I'm going for. You know, something that I can listen to and just immediately go, oh shit, here are the 100 things I could have done to it. I'd much prefer to take the time and do the 100 things and put it out when I know it's as good as it can be. Obviously I want to be better at what I do. I want to be happier with what it is that I'm making. And I want that to last a while. Like every time I kind of work on something new and get a little better, I'm real happy with it until I'm finished. And then I start working on something else and it's way better and I hate it. I would, as much as that does drive you forward, I'd like that to ease a little bit. You know, and I feel if I got to some kind of level of skill with production, that'd end. There's a few things. I mean, I've got these 2 tracks that I'm working on that are coming out whenever they're finished, I guess. I kind of don't like to give myself deadlines too much because that's, you know, gotten me into a lot of trouble in the past. And then we're constantly working on stuff with Wires, the little 2-piece thing, so that's going well. Eventually there'll be some stuff to listen to validate all the ego in my head.